Well, hello everyone. How we doing today?
Welcome to Lone Cowboy Adventures, where an ex-bull rider traded in his bull rope and his horse reins for the travels and adventures on a motorcycle. Joined with him is his beautiful Miss Linda. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And as I always say hi to a stranger. You might make
Well, happy Tuesday everyone. Yes, it's Tuesday and I just wanted to jump on here because, I realized, Miss Linda and I realized that it's been a year. One whole year. For all you new subscribers, let me explain. We're going to start from the beginning. Well, as a kid, I've always been kind of like a daredevil or uh, adrenaline, not much of an adrenaline junkie, but I always found stuff to do. And one of the earliest memories of some of the crazy things we would do, my best friend and I, was well, I had a dirt bike. And back in those days, dirt bikes weren't like they are now. The pedal bikes, not the motorized dirt bikes, but the pedal bikes. And I had a Schwinn Scrambler with chrome forks, and the back tire was a slick. It was like this wide, and it was just a slick. Well, we would set up a ramp behind the garage at my house, and we would start up at the corner, and there was a concrete pad up there where we could start, and it was kind of downhill a little bit, and we would pedal as fast as we could, and we'd have this ramp set up about, I don't know, foot and a half, 2 foot tall, and it was angled. Well, it might have been even taller than that because I think we used concrete blocks and wood. But we would jump that ramp and go flying as far as we could, and then we would mark each other's spot in the grass with a piece of wood or something, and where the back tire would land, and we would measure each other's distance. And of course, a couple of those times, we would miss the seat and land on that tire. Yeah, and it didn't feel very good. Another thing we used to do was ride skateboards down the hill. I lived on top of a hill in a town right next to Mississippi River. And these weren't the great big skateboards that you see, with the big boards wide and everything. These were the little narrow plastic boards with the wheels and that. And we would ride them skateboards down that hill, and uh we'd have to go for the curb to bail off because it would start wobbling back and forth. But that's just some of the earliest memories. What are some of the earliest memories you have as a kid riding bikes or whatever? Did you ever get hurt? Um, I never really got hurt bad. Uh, um, just you get cuts and bruises and whatnot. You you wipe it off and you just shake it off and keep going. So as I got older, gosh, I was in my 20s. I was roommates with three other guys, and we had a mutual friend that used to rodeo. He rode saddle bronc, and then me and a buddy got us connected with some contractors, and we joined the MRCA, the Rodeo Cowboy Association, and that's what we did. A couple of my other buddies, they just kind of sat in the bleachers and cheered us on and enjoyed the cold snacks and whatnot, and the gals running around and all that stuff. But yeah, this is what we did. I did that for a couple of years. A buddy of mine moved down to Arkansas that was bull right. I quit earlier than he did. He actually broke his foot or his ankle down there in Arkansas somewhere. But it was a really good time. And then after the bull riding, had another buddy that had four-wheeler, ATV, and he had a Yamaha Warrior 350. So guess what? I had to have one too, and we did trail riding. And then he ended up getting a Yamaha Banshee. Well, guess what? I couldn't keep up with him anymore, so that's what I got was a Yamaha Banshee. That was actually down the dunes at Little Sahara in Oklahoma, and we had a blast. I actually tore that thing apart and rebuilt it, and had the frame powder coated, and it was it was a lot of fun. Never got hurt on that thing either. So uh, it's been a year, and oh yeah, after that I got horses and trail rode. Rode a lot of trails, put a lot of miles on this horse, and he was my best friend. And I don't know, probably 4 years ago, I ended up had to put him down. He's buried here on the home place, and I really enjoyed it. I had him, and I had two other horses also. So when I had to put him down, I ended up giving my other two horses to one of my goddaughters up in northern Missouri. So there's something about a horse that it's kind of it's kind of I don't know how to explain it. You know, you can talk to them. They know your feelings. They know where they know when you're upset. You know, so so anyway, after that, I got a Harley Davidson. I had a 2000 Electric Glide Classic. Bought it used from an individual. I should have had it checked out. Actually, threw a rod in it, replaced the motor, and then I sold it. And then there was just something missing. So I ended up getting another Harley Davidson, a 2018 Road Glide. And in 2019, I did my first solo trip. That should be on video, uh, back in the video list there. So when I turned 20,000 miles on that bike, ended up trading in for the my 2020 Road Glide Limited, and I ended up replacing the back tire. And I turned right when I was just going to ride it up the road, turn around and come back. Ended up turning right out of the driveway. Well, for some reason, I thought maybe my kickstand was down. I looked down at my left foot, and when I did that, I slightly increased the throttle. The tire broke loose. I did a 180. I went down on my wrists, and I broke both wrists. And on top of that, I had a concussion. Miss Linda heard it. My buddy, he was in the shop. He came out. She came out the front door. She said I was army crawling for the ditch. Well, let me explain to you something here. When you're bull riding and you come off a bull, you automatically go for the fence. And that's what I was doing. I was going for the fence, but instead it was going for the ditch. Well, not realizing I had a concussion, we got the bike stood up. I jumped back on the bike with my wrists. I don't even know what kind of shape they were in. I rode it back into the shop. And about that time, another buddy came by, and it took him about a half an hour to get me in the car with Miss Linda to take me to the hospital because I hit my noggin pretty good. And I don't think I had my helmet on. I just, I'll put a link in the description of the video of that day, and leave me a comment down below if I had my helmet on or not. So, and I do wear it. I do wear it all the time now. That was just a freak deal, and I just, I don't remember anything about that night. I remember bits and pieces of the emergency room. They did a CT scan on my head, and I don't remember that. Uh, they had me, you know, they wanted to keep me overnight because I was scaring everybody because my blood pressure was just sky high, and I wouldn't let them keep me overnight. There's a couple more stories about that deal, but yeah. So I was laid up for about 8 weeks, and Miss Linda took me to therapy. I think she took 2 weeks off, and I had physical therapy. I actually had to have an operation on my left wrist. And let's see if you can see the scar there. I can't turn it like that. There we go. Right there it is. But I have a plate and screws in that wrist. So, and as I said before, Miss Linda was my angel. And if it wasn't for her, I don't know what I would have done. Probably would have had that family member come down and take care of me. Um, but the advantage of that was um, I got to meet some good people. Um, and the Great American Convoy was going on at that time. And if you've been following the channel for a while, I was here at the house, and I was actually updating Adam Sandoval's location. This day he was at our dealership uh, in Kansas City, Worth Harley Davidson, and got to meet him and say hi. It's actually his birthday that day, and so I printed off a picture of the bull ride because if you've ever read Adam's book, he had a chance to get on a bull. I don't know if the man ever did, but it doesn't say in the book. So uh, I actually gave him a picture like a card. I just printed it off the computer and wrote on there, "Happy birthday." Keep your mind in the middle, okay? That's part of bull riding. Keep your mind in the middle. And evidently, when I laid the bike over, my mind wasn't in the middle. My mind was all over the place. So, yeah. So, uh, that was, I everything happens for a reason, I guess you could say. So, I'm gonna try and do a live tonight. So keep your eye out for notification of a live. Uh, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up on this video, please. And yeah, it's been a year, and I feel great. I really do. Going back to work after 8 weeks off, and it was a struggle. I struggled a little bit hooking up my airlines, cranking the dollies up, and I mean I was using both hands. Sometimes on those airlines, I had to use my hammer. For those of you that don't know, I drive a freight truck for a living. Been doing it for 29 years. Even drove for other companies before that. For this company, so yeah. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you had a good day, and keep your eye out for a live, possibly around 8 o'clock, and we will probably be doing it. If we'll use a streaming app, and if anybody wants to join in, uh, and we'll talk about. Oh, what are we going to talk about? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about spring fling and beyond. That's what the title's going to be. So keep your notifications on. Give this video a thumbs up, please. Leave me a comment down below what kind of daring adventures you've been on. And it doesn't have to be motorcycle related or horse related or rodeos or whatever. I mean, I'd like to hear some of your stories. So, yeah. Have a great day. Say hi to a stranger. Thank a veteran. Wave at a police officer. This kind of wave, okay? And we'll see you possibly tonight. Say bye.